courage, suffering, and resilience, gathering the broken pieces to rebuild ourselves. Throughout life, each of us must face moments of suffering, but we often tend to hide them from others, believing that only we know the depth of our suffering. This suffering, if left unprocessed, can become an unbearable burden that conditions us. However, suffering also offers an opportunity for growth and transformation. In this video, we will explore how courage and suffering are interconnected and how resilience can help us gather the broken pieces to rebuild ourselves. Suffering is an inevitable element in everyone's life. It can manifest in moments of loss, such as the death of a loved one, the end of a relationship, or a job loss. Suffering can be so overwhelming that it feels like being stabbed directly in the heart. However, how we react to suffering is crucial. Hiding or ignoring negative feelings can lead to an accumulation of suffering, which eventually emerges as physical or emotional pain. While many of us may be overwhelmed by suffering, there is a positive aspect: resilience. Resilience is the ability to maintain balance and confront trauma and pain in daily life. Despite suffering, some people emerge from these experiences stronger than before. Resilience provides them with the strength to overcome suffering and gather the broken pieces of their lives. The process of gathering the broken pieces of our lives and rebuilding ourselves takes time and commitment. Resilience is essential in this process, but there are also other factors that can help us. Self-confidence and the ability to confront suffering are crucial. Accepting our feelings and finding meaningful purpose in life can provide direction and meaning to our healing. Furthermore, the belief that we can learn from negative experiences is fundamental for personal growth. A social support network can provide the necessary support during this rebuilding process. Some authors have highlighted post-traumatic growth as a result of suffering and pain. Painful experiences change us not only on an individual level, but also in our relationships and life philosophy. Confronting painful experiences can be frightening, but avoiding it can prolong suffering. Courage lies in continuing despite fear, in taking one step at a time even when our body trembles. Suffering is an inevitable component of life, but how we react to it can make a difference. Resilience gives us the strength to gather the broken pieces of our lives and rebuild ourselves. This process requires time, self-confidence, acceptance of feelings, and a sense of purpose. Suffering should not be avoided but faced with courage, as it is through its management that we can become stronger and learn to move forward even after falls. After exploring the link between courage, suffering, and resilience and discussing the process of gathering the broken pieces to rebuild ourselves, it's important to consider some additional reflections and perspectives. Acceptance and healing. Acceptance is a fundamental component of the healing journey. Accepting the reality of suffering and the associated feelings is the first step in managing it. Denial or avoidance of suffering can delay the healing process. Acceptance allows us to directly confront what we feel, learn to coexist with suffering, and grow through it. Personal transformation. Suffering can serve as a catalyst for personal transformation. Often, difficult experiences prompt us to reassess our priorities, develop greater self-awareness, and seek deeper meaning in life. This transformation can lead to greater wisdom and resilience. Social support. A social support network plays an essential role in the healing and rebuilding process. Sharing one's experiences with friends, family, or mental health professionals can provide emotional and practical support. Positive relationships and social support can foster resilience and the overcoming of suffering. Growth and learning. Learning from negative experiences is a key element in the rebuilding process. Suffering can teach us valuable lessons about our inner strength, adaptability, and personal resources. These lessons can be useful for facing future challenges and developing greater wisdom. The beauty of humanity. Suffering is a universal component of the human experience. Despite challenges, vulnerability, and suffering, humans have demonstrated remarkable adaptability and resilience throughout history. The beauty of humanity lies in the ability to confront suffering, overcome it, and grow from it. In summary, the courage to confront suffering and the ability to gather the broken pieces to rebuild ourselves are essential aspects of human life. Suffering should not be avoided but faced with openness and acceptance. The process of healing and personal growth can be difficult, but it can also lead to greater inner strength and the ability to face challenges with courage. I bid you farewell and thank you very much for your comments and testimonials. I invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and leave your comment. As you know, I always read them and respond to everyone with pleasure.